Right, so it's time for JoyNews Interactive, and Aisha has joined me, and she's looking all Chinese.
I shall be Chinese
Yeah,
woman.
Aisha be Chinese woman.
But
But before we get on with it, the trending issue or the story that's breaking out in the last
last
2 hours has to do with Kwesi
question
Nyantakyi
Techi.
and the FIFA handing me a lifetime ban. I
And
want us to
no.
get onto Twitter and find out some of the comments that are there.
So I'm hearing that there are some contributions there, and apparently someone is contributing 12 CDs.
We get to see
to
that.
the
We get to see that in a bit.
Okay,
That's one
let's
of the
check that
tweets.
out.
So Kwesi Nyantakyi obviously is trending on Twitter. Samajan was trending earlier, but he's come to displace him. So it's now Kwesi Nyantakyi as the #1 trend. Let's get into that and find out what some of the tweets that are on that under that hashtag Kwesi Nyantakyi, or in fact, it's under Kwesi Nyantakyi. So it starts. Sadiq Obama says, Justin FIFA bans former GFA Ghana FA president Kwesi Nyantakyi for life from all football-related activities. And then Gary Alsmith also posts the statement from FIFA, and we have several of the tweets. And then Lexis says, Kwesi Nyantakyi was on his way to being the most powerful man on the corridors of African football. Then he got disgustingly drunk with power, entitlement and greed, and now he has a bad image forever attached to his name. Let's move on. We have Zabrila says, I've always maintained the white man should be invited to rule us again. They solved their part of Kwesi Nyantakyi, as we still can't find evidence. NPP will last as long as their leaders hide. P.S. Edward posts the statement too. Sewa Mehir. Now, Rahman Osman says, end of the road. Kwesi Nyantakyi receives a lifetime ban from all football-related activities. There goes one of the most powerful men in African football. Maybe Hayatu had a better ending after all. Let's move on. Fine says Kwesi Nyantakyi has been banned for life from football. So does that mean he can't even play four corners, small posts, or counters ball? Now here's how people
someone
get
says
me.
he can't even play a football game.
Now FIFA 11, you mean? So Amani Blackwell says, so Kwesi Nyantakyi can't even play FIFA with his kids. The memes have started flowing. There's one post actually by John Benjamin. I don't know if David, you can go to that. Okay, so that's it. So here's my 12 CD contribution to Kwesi Nyantakyi's 500,000 Swiss franc, found guilty of corruption and bribery. End of. And he posts this image there. It's something was created during the number 12 expose. Let's see which other tweets we have. Juice Farmer says Kwesi Nyantakyi took $65,000 to later be fined $500,000, and so we see a lot more of the posts. People are sharing the release from FIFA. Rap Linsky says, so Kwesi Nyantakyi can't even play counters match. Okay, now people are just ridiculing him. And this one says, okay, I'm not sure about this. This one says, so does FIFA.com means Kwesi Nyantakyi can't even touch his own balls? That's not what they said. Okay, that's it.
His own balls are not footballs.
Yeah, they're not footballs. We don't.
Okay, so let's continue the conversation on Facebook.com/JoyNews on TV. On Twitter, it's at JoyNews on TV, and on WhatsApp, the number is on your screen. And we're also jumping on to a very damning incident that happened yesterday. JoyNews reporter Parker Wilson was assaulted by the security detail for former President Mahama. Parker has since been left with a visibly bruised and swollen face, and as well as a teary right eye with pain. And there's been 11 attacks already, only in 10 months into 2018. How do we stop assaults on journalists?
If we have an active law system that works, that goes in a long way to help those who are assaulted to have justice, okay? So I think it depends on the law system itself. Like the politicians like this, they have power, they have influence, they have money. So they can do these things and go away with it. But if the law should have strong grounds, okay? If no matter how much money you have, no matter what power you have, if you do this, this is what will be done to you. I think it will go a long way to solve these issues.
Even if there is anything that the person has done, there are ways and means that you should go about to deal with that person. But assaulting that person is not the right thing to be done, and we must all condemn such acts. It's not the best, and it wouldn't help us as a country, because journalists are part of how we communicate, how everything is being done. They get information for us to know. So if we are rather assaulting them, then that means we are not getting what we want to hear. The law should deal with that person, honestly. Like how someone who is caught stealing is dealt with, the law should also deal with someone who assaults a journalist the same way, because it's all crime. So you should deal with them like accordingly.
It's not right, because it goes against human rights in a way that journalists help in communicating issues, problems, coming up or rising issues. So with assault or hurting our journalists, which will serve us to know what is really happening in the country, what is really happening internationally, it's a wrong thing. And I think there should be a law binding them, as in protecting them from such assaults.
All right, let's check out your messages on Facebook.
So on Facebook, Noah Paul Godno says, simple, just comply with any order given to you by any security in charge of an event. Assault on anybody in this country is wrong and needs not to be entertained as well. And Reese says, bro, you should be thanking God that you're not managing with one eye now. Experience, they say, is the best tutor. Next time, you would mind your camera. Okay, I'm not sure you actually want to encourage this. Otherwise, we won't be available to provide you with the news, Reese. Ali says, what kind of slap will make the love symbol appear on your face? I expect the bodyguard is gay. Sorry, bro. Prince Redu says, the only way you guys can end this is making sure the perpetrators of this illicit act are prosecuted to its logical conclusion. I see brutalities on journalists as equal to rape. Settling them out of court only emboldens the perpetrators. Thank you very much, Prince. Oh, but Yosin says a fellow man slapped him and he's crying, like seriously. I wonder how his wife will feel when she sees her husband crying after a fellow man slapped him. All right, he's not crying. Adam Abol Gebia, stop poking your stupid nose into people's cars and mind your business. Why do multimedia keep on harassing JM even after he have left power? Why? MPP corruption everywhere. You can't see, can't hear too. All right, by this you're indicating or you're suggesting that we should stop reporting or boycott the NDC and John Mahama. Is that exactly what you're saying?
I think that's exactly the point he's trying to make, because in this instance, it's the John Mahama team that actually invited us to cover their campaign, and so I really don't see where this is coming from.
Well, we're taking a cue from it, actually. So today, there was no Parker Wilson available to go and report on John Mahama.
Definitely. And what baffles me is that we're talking about 11 cases in 10 months in 2018. None of these cases we've seen an end to it. I mean, in each of them, we're told by the police that they're opening investigations into the matter. We've never seen an end to it. So the Ghana Police Service must be up and doing.
And just to add to it, so the discussion on PM Express this evening has to do with this issue of brutalities on journalists. And we have Evans Mensah hosting Ken Ashigbe, who is a former media manager. He's now working with the Telecoms Chamber. We also have Esther Ama joining the conversation, and then the GJ president also joining the conversation.
Of course, we need to tackle this impunity. It must stop, and it must be now. All right, so let me check some of your messages, and this one says, okay, this one is still talking about Kwesi Nyantakyi. Let me talk about our journalists. Walanyo Akwecha says, so why can't you journalists one day demonstrate to let Ghanaian politicians know that you are not a punching bag in the boxing ring? If you, the journalists, will be maltreated by the opposition party in DC, then boycott their activities from now on. Aisha, admire your shirt and your hairstyle. I'm not wearing a shirt, it's actually a dress. Thank you very much, Walanyo Akwecha. But I think you're making a very good point there. We need to boycott all their activities and let them know we are not punching back. And that thing must stop, and it must stop now. I'm very angry. So Obama says the GJA and the Ghana Media Commission must rise up in unison and speak against the frequent assault on journalists by hooligans affiliated to political parties. The NDC has reaffirmed the assertion by many people in Ghana that they are anti-media. Sorry, Parker Wilson. And so Obama comes in to say that GJA and the Ghana Media Commission. Okay, so you've sent that message twice. The Boache from Kumasi says, very sad how violence is going on. Please tell the journalists. Okay, please don't call this number. Please send only comments. And my name is Aisha Ibrahim.